Freedom family, this is Chris Schultz, and I wanted to tell you about declarations and how it's been in my life. I started the declaration journey per se about 2 months ago and started to speak them over myself, looking into the mirror and repeating them and then tying verses to them. And it's been extremely powerful. The moments that I've recognized that the most are during the day when I start to go into a battle or a mental battle or a struggle, comparing myself or trying to recognize what God's calling me into in the moment. And when I feel like I'm a little bit off and I start to doubt in those moments, those same declarations I've been speaking over myself, the verses that I've been memorizing start to pull back up in my mind. For instance, the first verse that I have is 2 Timothy 1:7. It says, "For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind." And so the statement that's behind it, that declaration, is that I am bold. And I know that God's called me to be bold. We're in pretty intense times, and I run a business and a household, and so the Lord has called me at times to step out and be bold about my faith, be bold about stepping up for the kingdom, be bold about making tough decisions that are helpful for the environments that I'm in. And so in those moments when I'm feeling weak or I'm not feeling strong, I'm not feeling up to the challenges that are before me, or I do feel challenged in those statements, I'm seeing those verses play in my mind. I'm seeing that I do have a spirit of power and of love, and I have a sound mind, and that I'm going to be sharp, and I'm going to be willing to step forward and be bold in what I'm doing. Sometimes I don't want to do the dishes in my house, or I don't want to pick up after the kids, and I felt like I've worked really hard, but I realized that the statement that I've been declaring over myself is that I'm a great husband, and I know my wife that needs help. She desires to help, and I want to be there for her. And so in that moment, I'm remembering the verse that's tied to that, and it's that we're to serve our wives as Christ served the church, that he laid down his life for her. And so usually that's enough motivation for me to get up and get busy and get to helping her, because I have laid my life down, and it is time to step up and take action. Also, the fun part about all this is that we're doing it as a Freedom family. And a few weeks into doing declarations in my own life, I was talking to Sam Westlake, and he had written his declarations out and was doing them. And wouldn't you believe, the fifth one that he had on his list was the same as mine, and the verse was Colossians 3:23, that we're to work willingly at whatever we do as though we're working for the Lord rather than for man or rather than for people, and that we're serving Christ Jesus. And so it's been really powerful, because I look over at him and I recognize that he's running the same race that I am, and that God's got us on the same journey, and that he's just confirming it through what we're doing. Have a great week.